We should be throwing in the towel for an NFL quarterback by the name of Aaron Rodgers. He was once considered one of perhaps the greatest commercial appeal in terms of commercials and his standing in the league, say to one of the Manning brothers. But now Aaron Rodgers has become something of a pariah, and this is because of the world of COVID and the world of professional football and how they have collided. Rodgers was recently asked if he got the COVID-19 vaccine before the season began. Watch.
Are you vaccinated, and what's your stance on vaccinations?
Yeah, I've been immunized. There's a lot of conversation around it, around the league, and a lot of guys who have made statements, and I've made statements, owners who've made statements. There's guys on the team that haven't been vaccinated. I think it's a personal decision. I'm not going to judge those guys.
Again, the question was, have you been vaccinated? His response, yeah, I've been immunized. Well, ESPN says the National Football League, regardless of how Rodgers wants to describe his situation, the NFL has been treating him as unvaccinated since the beginning of the season. And this past weekend, the league announced that Aaron Rodgers now has COVID-19 and therefore will not be playing for a while. Rodgers told a sports talk show that he is allergic to one ingredient in the COVID-19 vaccine and that he is taking ivermectin after consulting with conservative podcaster Joe Rogan. Well, the criticism of Aaron Rodgers has been far and wide and was most intense over the weekend from former quarterback and NFL Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw on Fox Sports. Watch this.
I'd give Aaron Rodgers some advice. It would have been nice if he'd have just come to the Naval Academy and learned how to be honest. Yeah. Learn not to lie, because that's what you did, Aaron. You lied to everyone. I understand immunized. What you were doing was taking stuff that would keep you from getting COVID-19. You got COVID-19. Ivermectin is a cattle dewormer. Sorry, folks, that's what it is. We are a divided nation politically. We're a divided nation on the COVID-19, whether or not to take the vaccine. And unfortunately, we've got players that pretty much think only about themselves. And I'm extremely disappointed in the actions of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, perhaps one of the most selfish football players there is right now. Francesca, if you had a colleague that you worked closely with, very closely with, in a very tight quarters, tight spaces, and you had to change clothes and all that kind of stuff around your colleague, would you feel very happy if that colleague had been lying to you and the rest of your teammates about their vaccination status?
No. I'd feel awful if my cat lied to me like that. I mean, honestly, she's got such an honest face and I'd feel betrayed. Absolutely. I mean, and this is the big thing, you guys. Let's remember that the NFL actually accommodates for players who do not choose to be vaccinated quite well. There are some restrictions. They can only gather with something like 15 people at a time, which is actually pretty damn good considering before the vaccine we weren't gathering with anybody. There are some precautions that they have to take. Daily testing is one of them. But there is space. The NFL has made space for unvaccinated players. And I'm not gonna stick up for the NFL, honestly, because I do not respect Roger Goodell and Kaepernick always and forever. But at least they are trying to keep people safe. And Aaron Rodgers just lied. It wasn't, I'm immunized. It's, yeah, I'm immunized. So that right there is a lie. And I'm glad he's getting called on it by a lot of different folks, because it isn't the fact that you choose not to get the vaccine, it's the fact that you choose to lie about it when we could have just been keeping everyone safe.
I'm with you 100%. And to me, I mean, there are two levels to this lie. There is the public lie. I mean, so he's never gonna, I mean, by the way, he's been dropped by, there's a health organization in Green Bay that had him as a spokesperson. And so he's been dropped by them. So he's not gonna have any commercial opportunities again. He's not gonna be able to sell car insurance for all the other stuff he was doing. But put aside that lie in terms of the public. One of the cardinal rules of professional sports, particularly in football, is that you do not lie, you do not endanger your teammates on the field or off the field. And I guarantee that even if Aaron Rodgers is correct, that there are some people who've got different points of view, even on the Green Bay Packers, about whether they should be vaccinated. There are members of the Green Bay Packers who were vaccinated who have kids, who have people who have comorbidities, who are counting on their teammates being honest with them. And when the quarterback of your team, you find out, has been lying to you, or is putting you in some sort of danger, putting your kids in danger, well, then you think twice about, gee, am I really gonna work as hard for that guy? Maybe I'm gonna let somebody bum rush through the line and give him a hard one, and I'm not gonna help Aaron Rodgers up the next time he's knocked on his keister. I mean, that is the worst possible thing you could have in a locker room, is that kind of dissent. And that is what Aaron Rodgers has done. And for all those people say, oh, but he's a wonderful quarterback and he should be entitled to have his opinions because he is so successful, he has just done the absolute worst thing. Never mind the debate over, over ivermectin, over COVID-19, just in terms of sports and how you treat teammates, he has committed a cardinal sin that I think a lot of players will never forgive him for.
Tough words from David Schuster. Yeah, I think that, look, it's that I think quarterbacks are supposed to lead. Isn't that the point? They're like leaders. They do, and he didn't. And also, if he felt so strongly about the vaccine, why not say it openly, right? I mean, Kyrie Irving said it openly. Other athletes have said it openly. So I think it does show a lack of leadership. But I don't know, maybe Shailene's cooking up some Clay goodness.
That is such a great point, because he could have said, look, I don't believe in the vaccine. And he could have said to his teammates, I don't believe in the vaccine. I'm taking ivermectin here, the protocols that I'm taking. And you can argue with me, but I'm gonna be honest with you, this is what I'm doing. Okay, we might disagree, his teammates might have a problem with him, but at least he's being honest. When he's lying to the media, when he's then lying to his teammates about whether he's been immunized, that crosses a line that you don't get that back. And I feel terrible for friends of mine who are in Wisconsin, who believe in Green Bay and love the organization, and now they're looking up and saying, what a jackass. For him to to embroil the team in this kind of controversy, this kind of distraction, to sort of ignite a war over COVID-19 on a football field, in a football locker room, in the community of Green Bay, what a jerk.
Yeah, last thing I'll say on this, I'm sorry, we have to wrap, but I just want to say that a lot of the folks who are consulting Rogan, Joe Rogan, Medicine Woman, are also millionaires and billionaires, people who are incredibly wealthy, and they can get access to a cocktail of treatment that most people can't get access to. And yet they've got listenership in the millions, and they've got followers like Aaron Rodgers and fans who, if and when they get sick because they choose not to get vaccinated because they're following their heroes, they won't be able to get access to that same cocktail of, Regeneron or ivermectin light, or I don't know what, right? There's all those things are expensive. So it is also important to know that this is a story of leadership and of money, and how some people think that money can buy you out of the vaccine. Because you don't trust it, but it's horse paste. Get it in me.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.